Sorry about that, guys. Had a little bit of a camera issue. Hey, everyone, how's it going? Doing today? Got a couple people in chat already. Good to have you here. NASCAR and Broncos fans, hello, how you doing? Great to have you here. So, I'm excited today because not only am I streaming today, but it is Sunday, April the 14th, which, as everyone here knows, today's the day the Titanic hits the iceberg. It'll hit the iceberg actually tonight. So to celebrate that event, we're just gonna play the whole Titanic Adventure Out of Time game. For everyone who's new to the channel, whether you're here on Twitch or on YouTube, number one, make sure you smash that subscribe button and ring the notification bell because I do other videos as well as building models and everything. The big one I'm doing is of the Titanic, so that should be a lot of fun. Also, the way my streams work is we're going to do 3 hours of gameplay in about 10 minutes here. And doesn't go up, but in about 10 minutes we're going to do about 3 hours of gameplay. I do have a link down in the description, or if you're on Twitch you can also hit I believe it's !tip. It'll give you a thing there for that. But basically, if we get $150 in donations for an hour and a half of gameplay goes through, I give you guys an extra hour's worth of gameplay. Not necessary. I don't expect it. I don't demand it. Beg for it. But it is there as an option. So, got that to look. So yeah, I'm going to be playing a 1996 game, Titanic Adventure Out of Time. This was a big deal back in the day. I remember getting this and getting so excited for it. Wow, 96, this was out a year before the big movie, the big James Cameron. It was also out the same year as another movie. Oh, really, Pacta? That's cool. Yeah, so this came out the same year as another movie that was just called Titanic, which has the dubious, that miniseries actually has the dubious honor of being the first Titanic movie to actually show the ship break in half. Oh yeah, I had this game on disc myself a lot, Larissa, and it was phenomenal. So when I saw it was on Steam, I'm like, I have to buy it. I have to get it. I mean, it's one of those games that still kind of holds up to this day, too. Granted, I would love to see a remake of this. Like, has anyone in the group seen this, that Titanic Honor and Glory, that Titanic Honor and Glory demo of the ship? Neil, it's not a bad movie. I mean, it's not going to be the same quality as, Titanic from James Cameron, but it's not bad. It does have a good cast, a good story. The effects are kind of iffy, but it works. It just works, I think. Yeah, Pacto. Yeah, Pacto. So think about this now, Pacto. A remake of this game with the Titanic Honor and Glory engine. Get about it. That would be a day one buy for me. I'll tell you right now. I don't usually buy PC games unless they're on sale, but that one would be a day one buy. Oh, Night to Remember, Neil. That is like my most favorite pre-break demo or pre-break movie. I like to think of James Cameron's movie kind of as like a 97 remake, basically. I mean, when you watch A Night to Remember, a lot of Cameron's stuff comes directly from that movie. So I kind of feel like he kind of basically started out doing a remake of A Night to Remember and just added in the Jack and Rose stuff so there was more of a compelling plot there. I tried to watch A Night to Remember the other night too. I found this colorized one on YouTube. It was terrible. Do not watch the colorized one on YouTube. They don't do a good job on it. Coloring effect is very jarring. Stick to it being black and white. Yeah, Pacto, I think I agree with you on that. I think the big thing was the 50s one, the original 50s Titanic and the 96 Titanic were basically big. They relied more on the star power rather than the story. Well, yeah, Neil, because they cut all that out in the Cameron movie. They did shoot some scenes in California, but they cut them all. They cut all those out. If you ever want to see something interesting, though, try to hunt yourself down. It's online. It's called Titanic: The White Star Edition. It's basically Titanic with the deleted put back into the movie. Oh, is it Larissa? I've never. Or sorry, is it Larry? I haven't seen that one yet. I might have to look at that though. Is it Larry or Larissa? I don't want to mispronounce your name there. Just gonna wait a couple more minutes to see if people trickle on in some more. So it's Larissa. Okay. Sorry for calling you Larry for a minute there. Give it another minute. Well, yeah, Pacto, and it's funny because even in the theatrical cut, they do show like his face is all bloodied up. When they show like the breaking point, you notice they show him right at the break point, and his face is kind of all bloody. But without that deleted scene, there's no explanation for that. So I never knew what happened until I saw it in. I actually saw that first in Titanic Explorer. They kind of showed that somewhere. But if you get the White Star Extended Edition, they put that whole thing back in, and it's great. Really wish they had kept it, but yeah, I kind of thought so too. But I think that added scene adds a little bit of extra to it. Okay, I think we've waited long enough. I think I've kept you waiting long enough. Hello, Spirit. Glad to have you here from Hull. Let's go back to Titanic, everyone.
Once again, today's top stories. London has endured another night of German bombing. Most damage was concentrated in the
That's a nice
East
model of
End.
the Titanic there, isn't
The
it?
RAF has struck enemy
Sure,
aerodromes
Gene
in
and the
Le
people at
Havre
China
and the Low
3D, though, can make
Countries.
it look better.
In Russia, further German losses are reported around Leningrad. In Asia, the American fortress at Corregidor is still defiant, but Japanese forces are reported nearing the Burmese oil fields. And that concludes the news summary. We now return you to our music program.
You're 2 weeks late with the rent. War or no war, a tenant in arrears is not a tenant I'll put up with. You don't pay more today, it's the street, I promise.
Oh, me too, Pacto, but that just is so expensive, especially when I'm doing the Hachette Agora Titanic. So he clearly bought this book after the wreck of the Titanic.
Once again, today's top stories. London has endured another night of German bombing. Most damage was concentrated in the East End. The RAF has struck enemy aerodromes in Le Havre and the Low Countries. In Russia, further German losses are reported around Leningrad. In Asia, the American fortress at
The most unlucky guy in the world right here. He survives the Titanic only to have a ticket for the Hindenburg.
See here, this isn't about your dedication. Pringle certainly attests to your loyalty. No, your dismissal stems from the Titanic mission. That failure can no longer be ignored, especially now. I am sorry, but someone must shoulder the blame. The service, you understand. We can't be held responsible.
Someone must shoulder the blame, so blame it all on you. That's interesting.
In Russia, further German losses are reported around Leningrad. In Asia, the American fortress at
Uh-oh.
The past, forever locked in regret. But what if the past could be changed? "30 years have come and gone since the night that saw the end of the world, my world. The service needed someone on the Titanic. They chose me. I was to wait for a signal from my contact, so I remained in my cabin. I left only once. Georgia was on board. And that's when it came. There'd be no second chance. It was Sunday, April 14th. Too late, you see, for the Titanic, for me. What if I'd met with my contact, prevented disaster? What if the past could be changed? What then?
I don't know. I downloaded this off of Steam, so I'm not sure if Steam just throws in all of it or just part of it. Got him in first class. No, no, Gene, this is not from Honor and Glory. This is 96 game. Very much a point and click.
Good evening. I am Smethels, your steward, and, if I may say so, it is good to see you up and about. You've been in your cabin the whole voyage. A touch of the mal de mer, was it? Seasickness can be quite unpleasant, especially if it's one's first crossing. Since you haven't been out of your cabin, may I instruct you on how to get assistance while on board the Titanic? Very well. Your correspondence. 2,200 on board, and they all want messages delivered promptly. Even if it is 1912, and the Titanic, the most advanced means of sea conveyance ever devised, I still have only 2 hands.
Yeah, I gotta give the credit.
A
They
map of
were
the ship
great
for
for
you.
the
Compliments of the
though.
White Star Line. I have taken the liberty of indicating your
96,
cabin,
this was great.
C-73. Of course, on a Sunday evening at this hour, there won't be many people out. Will there be anything else? The electric camel, an exercise device. They say it is good for the liver. I wouldn't know. It's located in the gymnasium, on the boat deck, on the starboard side. That's the right side, in case you had not been informed. Very good. Have you unpacked? You'll find your trunk key in your bag on the bed. And remember your personal effects, your watch, and if you require additional assistance, please ring the bell by the door. Good night.
Alright, let's go to the gym.
Hello. Don't think we've met. I'm Leyland Sekum Trask, metaphysical scribe and evangelist for the supernatural. I've been in London attending a conference on premonitions among the sensitive. You've heard of my institute, the Astral Bureau of Circulation, in Boston? The ABC is a place where mediums of impeccable character can co-mingle in
Probably.
harmony. This is a ship of destiny, which I think you know. There's a range, of course, but given the right training, psychics can reveal information hidden to others. Good night.
Glory be. It's about time. You're late. Another 5 minutes and I'd have cancelled your mission. What a botch-up. Some idiot in the War Office booked me into second, not first class, and I've had a fine time of it too. The crew wouldn't let me in the first cabin at all. It's just today I located you. Look at this. A German colonel named Zeitel. He's inspecting their embassies in Havana, Washington, and Mexico City. We know better.
More than likely.
10 days ago, the Bureau got word that Zeitel has in his possession a priceless copy of the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam, stolen 2 months ago in Paris after its purchase by a very highly placed member of His Majesty's government. It's your job to find out. His Lordship's watching this very closely indeed. I wouldn't fumble this chance either, unless you fancy spending the rest of your career in some grotty Midlands back office shuffling paper about. No, he's with a protégé, name of Heidelitz, I believe. The two spend a great deal of time in the Café Parisien. Nibbling pastries. Get into the wireless room. I don't know or care how. Officer Morrow wouldn't let me in. See if Zeitels received or sent any telegrams about the Rubai. You've got a cryptograph in your trunk. It'll unscramble the German codes. You use the brains God gave you. Watch people. Listen. When you find the Rubaiyat, knock on my door. Cabin F, 34. Use the second-class stairs. You should be set. Remember, this is your big chance. Don't fail.
Come here. Don't you love the sea air? Really clears out the sinuses. Max Seidelman, Philadelphia, PA. Buyer for Haymaker's department store. The Sharpie of Spruce Street, they call me. You a sporting type? You look like the sporting type. Come on down to the smoking room for a nightcap. Riviera's looking for someone to play a few hands of blackjack with. What do you say? Not much else to do. Not tonight. Brr. Cold as a cast iron commode. So, what do you say? Okay, some other time maybe.
What do I gotta go?
Change your mind? Swell. There's a man there named Zeitel, a German. Claims he's a business, but he's got something up the sleeve, all right. I know the type, believe me. Dollars to donuts, he's in some racket. So come with, why don't you? I'll introduce... Hey, Colonel, how you doing? Willie? Like you to meet
A pleasure.
I don't know why it's doing that, but... Yeah, I'll buy you a drink.
Hedilitz and I, we welcome diversion during such an uneventful passage, don't we?
Certainly.
Willi is at the University of Vienna, dissecting children's fable.
Cultural mythology, it's quite interesting. So only a junior professor, I tried to interest Dr. Freud. He's a genius, and I...
Yes, I am sure, quite. On the passenger list, it says you embarked at Cherbourg. Yet I have not seen you with the others. You were there, were you not? I see. You are British. Not so many of you in Titanic's first cabins. These days, most of the rich are Americans. Businessmen like Max. Tell me, why do you go to New York? I'm envious. Unfortunately, my work does not permit me to indulge in the pleasures of the leisure class.
The theory of the leisure class? I have read Professor Hebron. He's quite good.
Quite. Me? Inspecting our embassies. Imperial Germany desires to make a good impression in North America. Willi is continuing on, to the west, to conduct research on Aboriginal custom.
The Indians, they are fascinating.
Yes. However, I place faith in science, not super...
The Colonel was saying this wireless stuff's revolutionizing sending messages to each other. It's the end of books and newspapers.
Like the Titanic, a technological triumph. Here we dined in comfort while racing along at 20 knots. Yet still tied to the outside world by the wireless.
That reminds me, Colonel Zeitel, when I go to send you a telegram, they told me it was to be delayed. There are too many messages. The passengers...
I am sure our guests do not care to hear a detailed discussion of your encounter with telegraphy. Now, if you will excuse me...
Please, excuse us.
Won't you call on us tomorrow? Here, in the cafe. The Linzer Tort's quite passable for a British ship. Stop by. Willi and I welcome it most heartily.
Yes, most heartily.
And before I leave, you must allow me to give you some advice. But do not wander the ship. It is not good, I think, on a ship as big as the Titanic. Good night, friends.
Good night.
See? What did I tell you? What did I say? Them too. Up to something, I'd say. The brainy kid gives me the creeps. What a grind.
Wander.
You should hang out with that little blonde. She's a looker, I tell you. Come on, let's hit the smoking room. I'll introduce you to Riviera. What do you say? Great. Go on up. I gotta see a man about a horse. I'll meet you in a few minutes. Goodbye.
it's Daisy, Daisy Cashmore. Surely you remember. Oh, you a naughty thing. Don't think I didn't know you'd snuck on at Cherbourg. Smethels told me all about it. The old boy's always dripping with news. Heard about Lord and Lady Lambeth. Ruined utterly. Scarcely enough left for appearances, I'm told. I always liked Georgia. Married Charles for his name and his fortune, sensible girl. But she's made her nest. Now she must live in it. Well, what do we think? Gorgeous, isn't it? Everyone's raving, gushing. The Titanic couldn't be more fabulous. And the sailing couldn't have been more convenient. Everyone's here. The Astors, the George Wideners, the Countess of Roth, such a
Yeah, I think if they did a remake of this, they could put in more of those people like the
Ryersons, the Henry Harpers. I could just go on and on. And the ship's so very advanced. I was just saying to my dear friends, the Carters, they're bringing back a motor car, do you believe, in the cargo hold. Bill Carter checks it daily. Really, every day. He keeps the keys with the purser. And of course they let them. The Carters are fantastically rich. Lucille doesn't understand the attraction at all. With men and machines, I tell her, we girls play second fiddle. Well, my dear, I've a little favor. A tiny one. Tonight at dinner, a man I don't know was making eyes at me. Be an absolute darling and find out who he is. Look him up in the passenger list. All I know are his initials, GQC. The list's someplace. Find it. I'll wait right here. Ta!
Yeah, he might have looked at you, but then as soon as you start talking, maybe not.
Let me introduce you to Buick Riviera. Remember, he's French, and you know what they... Come here.
Good evening, mon ami. Buick Riviera welcomes you to the tables. I am always delighted to play with friends of Max. You look familiar. We make a meeting before? Deauville? The casino at Monaco? New Mexico. I lived there once. In Diamondback. Such a town. So, have we met? Too bad.
Good luck. You'll need it.
Care for blackjack? You are the winner. Magnifique. Another hand, mon ami? Bonne chance, mon ami. Good night.
I don't know you, nor do I want to. Leave me or I shall summon a steward. Tell me, do you approve of women who smoke? You're witty. Most men take their indulgences one at a time. Combine them, like women with tobacco, and they pitch fits. Pity. Andrew and I wintered in Cairo. We returned via Paris, where we ran into all sorts of people, including that charming German Colonel Zeitel. He had a great interest in rare books. It will be wonderful to be home. No dust storms, no lepers. Mr. Trask predicts a banner year for me. Trask? A brilliant seer. Brilliant! I consult him about business decisions, and he's never steered me wrong. He instructs me to travel on only 2 ships, the Titanic and the Lusitania. I must stop our chat here. I've other concerns. My maid, she's left us. Yes, well, good night.
Yes? The lounge is closed for the night. We'd open it again only in an emergency, which we are not experiencing at the moment. Good night.
Oh, I got an ad break going on Twitch, so I'm gonna stop. So I'm gonna hold it there for my Twitch viewers right now. Yeah, I got a slight ad break. Unfortunately, sorry guys, but I am streaming on both Twitch and YouTube, and I am an affiliate on Twitch. They run ads every so often, so it'll only be another less than a minute though. So how's everyone doing? Is like meeting a lot of characters, doing a lot of stuff. Totally. Looking at so much of this and thinking of all the stuff I've had to modify on the chip, on the model that I made are quite. Alright, we're back. Welcome back from my Twitch viewers. Where am I going? Well, I should go to the back and meet Georgia.
You came after all this time. It's Georgia. I'd heard you on board. Where have you been? It's been 5 years. I'd have waited a lot longer to see you again. Why didn't you tell me where you'd gone? Dina hadn't a clue, nor did Jack. My letters were returned. Just like you to show up now, with everything such a beastly mess. You must help me. You've no doubt heard the rumors. I won't deny most of them. I can't. Even if the money's gone, I won't give the diamonds to Charles. These are all that remains. My insurance for a new life without Charles or Saoirse. Saoirse? The owner of the Barbican Gallery? We're friends. Of a sort. He's sailing on the Titanic, taking some paintings to New York to sell. Please. I mustn't talk any longer. Take it. Take the necklace. It's my only chance now. Keep it for me. And don't tell Charles you have it. You can't know what he's like.
At the officer.
Good evening. Third Officer Morrow here. Sorry, the wireless room's off limits to passengers. No passengers allowed. Yes, though the only thing to watch is the wireless room. They just keep bringing up more messages. Wireless telegraphy is all the rage these days. A toy? Certainly not. It's quite important. This is the officers' promenade. No passengers allowed. Good night.
I picked the right stuff.
Sorry, the wireless room's off limits to passengers. No passengers allowed. Yes, very calm. No moon. I don't like that. Can't see what's coming. No moon means surprises, as if we don't have enough already. Mr. Ismay, the White Star Line's president's on board. We're walking eggshells round him, I tell you. Though that's nothing compared to the creeping about my brother-in-law's doing at the back. His entire London office is in an uproar. Tom works in the Admiralty. Seems our plans for troop deployments against Germany disappeared 3 weeks ago. Tom says the big boys are petrified the Jerrys will get wind of it. Could upset the balance of power. Politics.
Harry.
Desktop espionage. Bureaucrats. Pah, give me the sea. You can toss the rest. Never have. Not since the war. South Africa. Boer War. The officer was a drinker. He was drunk when they trapped us out on the veldt. On a moonless night, it was a massacre. We never saw them coming. Drink always leads to the devil. An interesting connection. For all I know, it could be true. A man's got his troubles. Sick child, being away from home. But I hate whiners and apologizers. Well, thank you for your insight. Have a look, why don't you? Mind you, Phillips will have my head if he catches you in there, but I don't see any harm. Go on in.
For a 96 game, you gotta like the. But that was a glitch.
Yes, can I help you? Perhaps. As purser, I'm in charge of the Titanic's passengers. Have you a name? If you do, I can tell you their cabin number. Let me check. Aha, Mr. George Quincy Clifford, A27. I live to serve. Very good then. Good night.
Go tell Miss Cash Bo in George Cliff. Back here.
I knew you'd come. Charles received a telegram from the solicitors. Our estate's to be sold off. He asked about the necklace I gave you. I told him I left it with a purser. Don't say anything to him or Sasha. Not him and his group of... Oh, there's much more to tell you. Can you meet me in my stateroom? I'm in B70. It's Charles' custom to go for a drink in the smoking room. When he does, visit me.
Did you get it? Get his name? Clifford. Clifford. Never heard of him. You don't suppose he's rich, do you? You're an angel, and I've news for you, too. While you were gone, Andrew Conkling's been asking for you. Yes, Conkling, the steel bear. God knows what he's been doing in Europe, buying it probably. Where was I? Oh, yes. Andrew Conkling asked me to pass along this. You know his wife Beatrix, the designer? Such an eye! Her clothes preserve the bust line. Couldn't be more flattering. Keeps the eye moving. Much nicer than Worth's. They're friends with Captain Smith. Smith! So handsome, so dashing. White Star's best officer, or was. He's retiring after this voyage. Couldn't be more tragic. My dear, you've blanched. Bad news? Certainly, certainly, I must... It's Mrs. Burbank! Consuelo!
Just use fast track.
Hello, I'm Conkling. Good of you to come. I trust you're finding the accommodation satisfactory? You're welcome. White Star's anxious for everyone to be as comfortable as possible, particularly on the maiden voyage. Sorry to seem mysterious. You must understand someone in my position, an investor in this ship, needs discretion. You're under no obligation, of course. I have a slight problem. You may be able to help. A servant has stolen an important business document from me, and I must recover it. A few years ago, my wife Beatrix hired a young Irish girl as maid in our London house. We treated her well. 2 weeks ago, she up and left without notice, taking a certain letter with her. I'd given up all hope of recovering it, until my wife spotted her this morning on the third-class promenade. Needless to say, I checked with the purser. She'd been scheduled to sail on the Philadelphia, but those passengers were transferred on board the Titanic because of a coal strike. Government officials, friends of mine, told me a bureau agent was on board. I found you through Mrs. Cashmore, a preposterous woman, but she does have an eye for accomplishment. Look, will you help me? You will be rewarded handsomely. Her name is Shayla Hacker. She's 20 or thereabouts. I was her benefactor, one might say. Yes. This puts me in a difficult situation. This young woman, she could cause considerable damage to me, to my reputation if she goes to the newspapers. I've gotten word to her to meet on the poop deck. Go in my place. Tell her there'll be no trouble if she returns the letter. Afterwards, report to me in our suite, B59. Her name is Shayla Hacker. Good night.
don't remember if, oh yeah, it definitely had this. I don't remember if I have to put in the numbers, but I did. I did it wrong.
You've decoded the message. Smashing. The boiler rooms. Blast. There's an entrance to the lower decks around here somewhere. Query the lift attendant. He's cheeky, but he knows. Intercept the Rubaiyat before it changes hands.
I know, Derek. I liked it too. So when I saw it was on Steam, I'm like, have to get it. Playing an old game on modern computers these days, all but impossible.
What the? A passenger? I can't regulate the steam for boilers 1 and... So I don't have time for you. You're where you shouldn't be. Get up top, before you're kicked up there. Oh, I doubt it. She's really acting up. See? Still working the bugs out. See for yourself. Have at it. There's a gauge showing the turbine's power up. The needle's got to move into the green zone. Over here. Smart you were. She's running much smoother now. Say, since you were so interested, go on, have a peek in the engine room. She's quite a sight.
You are a passenger. Excuse me, I would speak with you. Forgive me, I am sorry to intrude on you, a person of such high station. I am Vlad. I have men. I am leaving my home. I am a Serb and they have killed my wife, my children. The Austrians. For that they will pay. But I do not want to burden you. Please, I need a favor. I have a friend in first class, in cabin A14. Mr. Barbican has a package for me. Can you bring it here? Me enter first class like this? No, they would catch Vlad. His name is Barbican, in A14. Tell him you've come from Vlad. He will give you the package. I wait here for your return. Your assistance will be repaid manyfold.
What have we here? The fancy dress ball's upstairs, mate. Ready? Check out the toff. Well, they're a fine sight prettier than your ugly. Better company, too. Bugger off! Up top with you, now!
I remember my first time playing, I actually tried to buy that, but that didn't work out so well as best.
Yes? You found him. Sasha Barbican of Barbican Gallery. Now, what is it that I can help you with? For Vlad? He's on board? Please come in. He did it. I told him not to, told him I'd pay his ticket, but he was too proud. Such a tragedy about his family. They were with my mother's people. When Austria took Bosnia, they were killed. Many were. With his family dead, America seems as good a place as any for Vlad. Ask Vlad, I don't know. Here, his things. He'll be glad to get them. It's rather late. Our history is quite complex. Certainly. Georgia's a woman who does not go unnoticed. Georgia exudes a certain romantic paranoia, a condition, I fear, worsened by Charles' own romance with whiskey. Continuously. One hears there are financial problems. They say Charles owes Andrew Conkling thousands of pounds. Georgia? Have you talked to her? You be the judge. She's accused me of outrageous deeds, libelous practically. I'm part Slav, you see, a Serbian on my mother's side. Georgia finds such a mixture a source for wild stories. Not much anyone can do, I'm afraid. George is in clear need of a rest. Good night. And don't believe what Lady Georgia says. She's not well. Enjoy your voyage.
Alright,
What did I tell you, Shay? I knew he'd not come in person.
Hush, Jack, hush. Conklin, he did send you, didn't he?
I told you, it's a trick. I knew Conklin wouldn't come. He sent one of his cronies instead. I'm her brother. And Conklin, because of him, Shayla's had to leave everything and everyone she knows.
Jack, no.
That son of a bitch. She was his maid and all the time violating it.
Hush, Jack. I'll have no more of it. Go on, Jack, say it.
You tell Conklin we have his letter, and he'll not be seeing it till he coughs up a tidy sum, too. 5,000, do you hear? Dollars. Enough to get her started right. And if he moves a hand against us, I'll make sure the newspapers get the letter and print it. So tell Conklin. 5,000. Measured against what he has, it's a bloody bargain.
Meet us here again. At 1 tonight.
$5,000, then he'll get his damn letter. Agreed?
It's your only chance. We'll be waiting for you.
Lord Lambeth. I'm traveling with my wife, Lady Lambeth. George has decided to take the air. I opted to take this. My wife, Georgia, she's unwell. Yes, it's not the best situation, I'm afraid. And just one of my trouble. Too many to speak of. With Georgia, how else? 4 years ago at a house party, she enchanted me. We got married and were happy. But Georgia's moods grew volatile. She imagined plots against her everywhere, even with Sasha. Sasha cares more for money than for her. I know that now. Money to Sasha. He's an art dealer. Money is everything to him. But Sasha has his secrets, and I know about them. Ever hear of the Black Hand? They're a secret band of Serbian nationalists. Their goal's to fashion a greater Serbia out of various bits of the Balkans. Anyway, Sasha's half Serbian. His gallery's their London meeting place, though I rather doubt Sasha's too involved. Terrorism isn't profitable. Besides, the Tatler Society coverage rarely extends to Sarajevo. Yes, good night to you.
Yes?
I say, what's your step?
Are you hurt, Henry?
No harm done. No harm.
I'm so sorry.
Trot on my toe.
We're the Goss Joneses from Haltwhistle, you know. How are you finding the crossing? You're English, then? I would have thought American. Oh, my. I didn't mean to insult.
Can't hold a thought.
Dreadfully large place, America.
Brain like as if...
All that space and all those immigrants trying to fill it up. I was just commenting to Henry, on a White Star crossing one meets all the right people. While we were just chatting with a delightful elderly couple in the reception, the Strausses.
Own a small dry goods store in New York somewhere, called Macy's.
On D-Day.
Ribena, must you always finish my sentences? You're as jumpy as that American chap, that photographer.
Yes, he was just snapping away.
Taking pictures of some German colonel and that Englishman.
Snap, snap, snap.
War's coming, all right. Mark my words.
War? How beastly. Will Mr. Burns have to fight? He and his wife, such sweet things. But I do see her point. It is their honeymoon. Why he insists on snapping those photos, I haven't a clue.
For God's sake, woman, talk, like a madam in a Rangoon bawdy house.
Henry, that's unspeakable.
So don't speak, then. Yaps louder than a scrum of rabid corgis. Now see here, this Burns chap.
If you want to see something interesting, take a look at his pictures. He's on C deck, cabin C, 78.
Yes, can I help you? Perhaps. As purser, I'm in charge of the Titanic. Have you a name? Mr. Conkling is in cabin B59. I live to serve.
Come in. I'd hoped to meet you earlier. However, my wife and I were calling on the Astors. Madeline's pregnant. Beatrix was thrilled. We have no children. I see. It's a ransom. May I present Mrs. Conkling?
Oh.
You should pitch the ungrateful girl overboard. Your clothes, French cut. Quite fetching. I forgot to tell you when we first met.
Beatrix is on her way to California. She's got a new project in... Where is it, dear?
A cow town, someplace called Los Angeles. I'm doing up a little resort there. It's called the Beverly Hills Hotel. So, where is the Irish tart? Dreaming of her newfound riches?
We were just talking about that, darling.
My husband and myself extended every courtesy, showed every kindness to Shayla. We've no children. Shayla became quite dear to us. So her theft hurt us all the more for the trust we placed in her. Don't fail us. Now, excuse me. I must retire. I have a frightful headache. It was a pleasure. Good night. Andrew?
My wife felt strongly about Shayla. As I've told you, we've no children of our own. Look, you must get that letter. Don't wait until tomorrow. See if you can speak to Shayla directly, without her brother. She's in the third-class cabins forward, on F deck, number 59. Good night. I'll speak to you tomorrow.
Yes, can I help? Have you... Her ladyship's in cabin B70.
Enter. I wasn't sure you'd come. First, I want to know how you fared these last years. Rather well from the looks of you. I'm glad to see you. You're the only person I can trust. Please promise me you'll help. You always were there when I needed you. Now, with my life a horrible mess. When Charles discovered my affair with Sasha, he was quite calm. But I know him, you see. His revenge is taking the necklace, leaving me with nothing. And so I'd never trust him again. Don't you see? They're looking for guns, for bombs. Sasha's friends. His gallery was their London base. They were rough men, foreign. Sasha told me they were part of a Balkan aid society. Stupid girl that I was, I believed him. But then I found out. These people, they... Charles!
Please, Georgia, continue. Was it my title or my income you found so desirable? I was never sure. Now that both assets are depleted, why don't you go to Sasha? Maybe he can help, as he's done before.
Ignore him. I see the smoking room's had its usual effect.
Idle gossip, apparently.
You see his attitude? Please, go.
Since she obviously can't depend on me. Here, take the chill out of the air. Thank you for seeing after my wife. Now I think it best you leave the happy couple, drowning in their happiness. Good night.
Remember, I need your help. Jack, is that you? I'll be right out. I don't want to wake the baby. Oh. But we were meeting later. Where's Jack? Please, I don't want no trouble. I didn't know the letter was so dear. I just wanted to take something, anything that looked valuable. For the baby. It was Jack who read it. Saw it was bad for Mr. Conkling. He said the bit about selling bad steel would ruin him if it was to get out in the papers. Anyway, Jack, he says Mr. Conkling got the letter from an engineer up at the mill. Said the mill's been making bad steel. High in sulfur is what he called it. The steel's no good, and they put it in the Titanic. It'd be a scandal if it got out. That's why Mr. Conklin wants the letter back. But Jack, he says Conklin'll have to pay us to get it. $5,000. Huh, Mrs. Conklin's probably behind it. All she cares about is a fine name and pots of cat and a baby. But she won't get Eddie. No, she won't. And if she tries, I'll ruin her. Make her poor as me. My baby, Eddie. He's the only reason I stood them last month at the Conklings. I knew Mr. Conklin weren't going to leave his missus. I was only a parlor maid, but I didn't care. I was happy to have his baby. Him and Mrs. Conklin, I thought they was so kind, until I found out that Mrs. Conklin was going to steal my baby for her own. Once I had it, she would fire me and take Eddie for herself. She can't have her own babies. So they used me to get one, to get Eddie. When I found out that was her plan, I left. I didn't know the letter was anything. I thought it might hold a pound or two. Oh, that's Eddie. Bye. Don't forget about our meeting.
Thank you. I must see Mr. Barbican. I've bad news. He will not be happy. I am looking for something. Something very important. But it's not here. You have seen a small... It is of no importance. Good night.
Did you get it? Did you find the Rubaiyat? Let me see. That's the Rubaiyat, all right. Well done. Leave it with the purser for safekeeping. It shall be undisturbed there. Smashing. What have you learnt? More art? Zeitel's no connoisseur. No, there's something about that painting of interest to the German High Command. I don't have any information about Vlad, but the other fellow, look here. Zeitel's Titanic contact is a London art dealer named Sasha Barbican. They say he smuggles art, and he's not above selling stolen merchandise. The files say he's Serbian, interestingly enough, with links to some shady Balkan groups.
Have to hold up here, guys, because I got an ad break running on my Twitch. Compared to them, though. How's everyone doing? How's everyone enjoying so far? Everyone having a good time?
You were saying?
Oh, hush.
You were saying?
I'll be saying in 20 seconds. Alright. Sorry, Twitch streamers, if you missed stuff. So I just gave her the Rubaiyat, and now we're finding out about Sasha.
The painting's what Zeitel's really after. You must secure it. Where or how, I don't care. Just find it and bring it back here. Remember, leave the Rubaiyat with the purser for safekeeping. He might also know where the painting's. Sneak a peek at his cargo manifest. That should help you find the painting. Cargo stored somewhere beneath the forecastle deck. Things are thickening up quite nicely, aren't they? We've got to get our hands on that painting. Don't fail.
Thea, Thea, Thea. Oh, what do you want? Very nice. Security is our first priority. I'll put it in the safe. Why, what do you know? Not that it matters. I'm much too busy. I must get this message through from Mr. Thayer. Mr. Thayer expects his private train car to meet him in New York, and I can't leave my post. But I need to send this telegram. Help? Yes, it might be helpful if you delivered this message to the wireless room for me. Even better, why don't you send it for me? Mr. Thayer is a very important man. So send the telegram at once. And when you have, don't forget to tell me. That's all then, is it? Good night.
Back there, I think we're talking about.
Hello. You may have heard I am in financial strait. I've borrowed money from Andrew Conkling, money that he is now demanding I pay back. I've none to give. Poverty should remain the domain of the virtuous. I've no taste for it. To tell you. No, I shall fix things first. And without Georgia. Another drink? Another whiskey for, Hope you don't mind if I do. Now, you, want to know some secrets. Thank you, bartender. I'll tell you one. George's diamond necklace. It's a fake. The one on her neck, leastways. I gave the real necklace to Sasha. It's in his cabin for safekeeping. When he gets to New York, he'll sell it, quickly and quietly, for 20% commission. I'll pay off my debts to Conkling, put Georgia away, sail back to England free and clear. She's unstable, as you know, so I'm placing her in a sanatorium. An easy thing to do, given her emotional history. The law favors the husband in these matters. She can do nothing about it. God forbid the suffragettes really do win women the vote. They'll never know their place again. I could use another. Good night, then. You'll sleep well. The whiskey and the sea are both smooth for a change.
tracked Zeitel and Sasha to the ship's stern. They're having a rather heated conversation. See if you can listen in. I'll track their movements.
Yes, can I help you? You sent it? Marvelous. I was afraid you'd forgotten. Mr. Thayer will be most grateful. And let them think the purser's not doing his job. I am the purser, and as purser, I am the one who looks after the passengers. Mr. Thayer is vice president of the Pennsylvania Railroad, and it is I who shall inform the Thayers that their train will be waiting. So, if you'll excuse me.
I hope I didn't screw up the... Hope I can still get the board.
Thanks for the help with the boss. He don't want no passengers down here. I'd be in a right big mess if he caught you sniffing around.
Sorry, passengers aren't allowed to enter the car. You'll have to go back up. They tell me first-class passengers, the carters come down. They've a motor car in the hole. Haven't seen them, but if anyone shows me those car keys, I'm told to let them pass.
Yes, can I help you? Away, go away, I'm too... Mr. Isidore Strauss. He's lost a cufflink, and he's so particular. Thank you. It is a gold cufflink. Mr. Strauss will be very grateful.
Hello there, you again. You'll never guess who I saw earlier. The man himself, Isidore Strauss, the owner of Macy's department store, standing right over there. Haymakers is a fine shop, but Macy's, man, that's the big... But just as I was readying myself to make an introduction, he leaves. You seen him? At the foot of the stairs with his wife. Let me know if you see him, will you?
Yes, can I help? Wonderful. Mr. Strauss will be quite pleased that I've found his cufflink. I shall deliver it at once. I'm just sure his gratitude will be reflected most generously.
Yeah, you'll get the money for my work. Everyone? That's okay. I'm a car. Maybe I'll take Georgia into the next. Kidding. We all know only Jack gets.
Nobody's allowed to... You've got the keys. You're a carter. Of course you can enter. Right this way. Come to visit your new automobile, have you? Can't say I blame you. She's a beauty. Gleaming like a new pen. Right this way. Mind your head, it's dark in there. You'll find your way from here.
We've a problem, Zeidel.
Which is?
The Rubaiyat. It was not at your drop point.
You are sure?
Most definitely.
But I put it there myself. What happened?
There's a third party on board. An agent working against you. Against us.
How do you know?
My servant saw them at the drop. They now have the Rubaiyat. This could ruin me, Zeidel, if I were found out.
We should take precautions.
What about the painting? Did your associate bring it up from the cargo hold?
No, I don't have it.
No? But I put it there myself.
Sasha, I've discovered a traitor. Don't look so startled. It is not you.
You mean Hadelitz, your associate?
No longer my associate, I am afraid. Willie was an intellectual, and intellectuals aren't smart enough for espionage. Now, I must recover the painting and its plans. I fear this third party may already have possession of it.
And Hadelitz?
Thank you for asking. Willie will bring no further harm to the fatherland, I assure you. Let us plan.
Hello. Just seeing to the electric. The fuse box there. She said we've had no time to check her wiring. Adek's been complaining about the lights all night. We'll get her straightened right out. That is if I can find my screwdriver. Wager I forgot it below. Dawn now. Be right back.
What are you doing in my cabin? You must leave immediately. You need to tend to your own affairs. Fortunately, you've left my valuables undisturbed.
Yes, can I help you? Yes, indeed. All jewels go right in the safe. Very good, then. Good night.
Still wondering? This ship holds a strange fascination for you. Most peculiar. I have a message from a young German gentleman by the name of Haderlitz. He would like to meet you in the squash court. They've opened it for him. Highly irregular, I must say, especially for fencing. Surely he is. The percentage of passengers demanding the courts late on a Sunday night is small. Minuscule, actually. If memory serves me, there is an entrance to the squash courts on D-deck. Meanwhile, I shall inform the young German gentleman that you will meet him presently.
Thanks so much for following. Appreciate it. Penny first. Got it. Wrong.
Did you get the painting? Splendid. But now something else has come up. That snooty steward Smethels was looking for you. Find him and kick him smartly in the shins. Here's a message for you.
So is kind of cute.
Wandering. I had advised you against it. Young people, they listen to no one nowadays. May I help you in your search? I am looking for something as well. Willy van Hedelitz has been the most irresponsible. He has disobeyed me and misplaced a favorite painting, one destined for the German embassy. A faux pas of the first magnitude. A rather charming street scene by a young Viennese painter. For someone with insomnia, you ask quite a lot of questions. What did you say your profession was? As I have observed, stay away from German business. Germany wants land, industries, and material, and we will fight to get it. Britain and America will try to stop this, but we will know your plans. And if there's war,
it's been an hour and a
Germany
half.
will win. But enough politics. This has been such a
no extra
civilized
hours, so let's see
voyage,
if we
so
can beat
let us meet
this
tomorrow
with
in the
next
cafe,
hour.
yes? The band, they play Strauss so well. Until then, auf Wiedersehen.
Well, thank you for the follow again there.
Thank you for coming. I do not meet so many people on the Titanic. It is a pity. I like the English. I wish I knew more of them. Now you have the opportunity of fencing with me. 3-time champion of my university. You are also an excellent athlete, yes? Colonel Zeitel believes it so. The Colonel is very seldom confused about anything. You will
Now,
play.
I think that
if you win,
make it,
perhaps I relate to you some
that
stories.
these give you the that changes the difficulty.
En garde. Allez. Ah. Allez. Et là. Allons. Ah, verdammt. Allons. Sehr gut. Gut. Allons. Ah. Allons.
Got it.
You are a great athlete. The Titanic, how quickly she is moving. The engines are loud here. We are nearing the Grand Banks. The Vikings thought this part of the North Atlantic cursed. Even modern sailors call it the Devil's Hole, a place of deadly surprise. Things aren't always what they seem, yes? Like me, for example. I am German, but I am also a friend to others. Perhaps even the English. Another match? Afterwards, we can tell more tales. Another match? En garde. Allons. Touché. Allons. Sehr gut. Allons. Allons. Et là.
What do you mean? I'm just doing regular
Allez.
1080 or 720 or whatever it is. On the game or on the my
Allons.
OBS?
Touché. Allons. Et là. Allez. Allons.
Got
it. You fence well. Take this in friendship. May it bring you luck. A thing I fear we shall all need. But if anything should happen to me, I trust you will know what to do. Why do you assume he is interested in paintings?
Oh, I don't really do anything like that. I just
Yes.
I just click it
That is
and
what I meant.
let it run.
And
I mean,
you
it's
are
blurry
mistaken.
just because
Colonel
of
Seibert
the
cares little
fact
for
that
art,
it's
unlike his friend Herr
90.
Barbicon. I notice he likes old Vienna, for he has many pictures of the city.
But it looks fine right now.
You do? Remember, only one thing is certain, and the rest is lies. It is a quote from an old book I had the recent opportunity to read. But I tell you more. I am associate professor at the University of Vienna. I document the mythos, the legends of mankind. I'm on my way to New Mexico to study
Have you
the
tried?
lunar
Have you checked?
Indians
Maybe there's
under
a
Dr.
patch
van der
for it,
Plas.
or maybe there's a mod you can get for the
I am
game.
interested in what Dr. Freud calls the unconscious mind. What happens below the surface of experience. Tell me, what frightens you more, fire or ice? The ancient Aryans believed man would see 4 ages. According to them, this is now the Wolf Age, an age that ends with ice. Perhaps we of science might learn from it. They say the ice is heavy in the Labrador Current this year. If the fire comes, my friends will favor the English over Germany. Another match? En garde. Allez. Touché. Allez. Allez. Sehr gut. Allons-y. Touché.
This would be so much
Allons-y.
fun.
Ah, verdammt. Allons. Sehr gut. Allons. Et là. Allons. You fence well. You are a great athlete. Very good. You have proven yourself. And I must confide in Colonel Zeitler suspects I value my friends more than Germany. He's right. Another match? En garde. Allons.
Yeah, man.
Ah, verdammt. Allez.
Yeah, because Darius, a lot of these Steam games, sometimes they'll have some patch mods you can download.
Allez. Allons. Ah, verdammt. Allez. Sehr gut.
I'm not even really trying. I'm
Allez.
just clicking like crazy.
Sehr gut. Allez.
Alright, we got an ad break
You
on
are a
Twitch.
great athlete. Another match?
Just gotta wait about a little bit, a minute and a half. Really biggest watch. Glad to have you here. Glad to have everyone here today. I know this is Sunday and people are busy, but good to have you all here
desire
tonight.
to speak?
To have you all here today. I'm glad to see so many people wanting to watch a Titanic game. Probably the best Titanic ever. I don't know, Rixie. I just kind of click like crazy and hope for the best. Oh wait, you're on.
You desire
you're on
to
Twitch.
speak?
Welcome back from Twitch. Rixie, first thing is, I think that when he asked the 3 choices where it's like, Zeitl's mistaken, I'm not a good fencer, I fence mediocre and stuff, I think that selects your difficulty. And then, personally, I just click like crazy and hope for the best.
Let us meet later. I will tell you more. For now, keep the ring. I bid you good.
What did our young Mr. Hadelitz want? Their partnership appears to be dissolving. Who else knows young Hadelitz? Talk to anyone who may have seen him. Hadelitz's ring. Maybe Trask can tell you more about it. I'll see if I can dig something up on him. Finally, you're on the right trail. Follow those leads.
I don't get this. Like, I thought the trail was I had to get the Rubaiyat. That was the trail.
I say, how are you getting on?
Getting on? We use gangplanks, if I remember.
Quick as a cow, she is. Seen Guggenheim about?
Such a gentleman, extremely attentive to the...
Especially his mistress. They say he stashed her on board somewhere.
Really, Henry? Not Mr. Guggenheim?
The Titanic's not a damned rectory, you know.
But Henry...
Quite the randy old goat from what I...
My goodness, I've forgotten completely. I have a message for you. Mr. Trask in D2 said you were to meet him where honor and glory crown time. Where honor and glory crown time? What do you think he meant? Good night.
Yes, can I help you? Perhaps. Have you a name? Mr. Conkling is in cabin B59. Very good, then.
You've arrived. I was expecting you. I was just holding court with these 2 ladies. Honor and glory. Crowning time. They say 100 wood carvers worked on the Titanic. Such effort. Now in such danger. Yes, for the ship. And for a mutual acquaintance. I visited with a very nice woman in 2nd class, a Mrs. Hart. Won't sleep a wink at night, she says, because something dreadful is about to happen. She believes to call this ship unsinkable flies in the face of God, and such arrogance will be punished. She should join the Bureau. I see your friend, Willy von Haderlitz. He is in very great danger. The ring. Yes, did you notice the Russian characters on the inside band? Willy has a hidden life. There's a girl, a pretty girl, Haderlitz knows her. Show her the ring. She'll help you. Good luck. Good night.
Yes? A painting, is it? I'll put this in the safe. That's all then, is it?
Please, girl.
What did our young Mr. Haderlitz want? Finally.
You seen Hadelitz's gal, Clarice Limehouse? She must have a cabin on D-deck, near reception. And could I receive her in a New York minute? Willie's girl's got some class to her. Main line all the way. Somewhere's on D-deck. Willie came by here. Good night.
Yes? Perhaps. Have you a name? Mrs. Limehouse and her daughter Clarice are in cabin D19.
Yes? You want something? It's Willie's ring. Willie, what's happened? Something bad, hasn't it? Something to Willie. He told me if I ever received this ring, I was to know that whoever gave it to me was a friend, and to tell them about the notebook, that they should find it. Willie's hidden a notebook on board, that's all I know. Now what about Willie? Is he hurt? Oh. He told me jokes. Bad ones, but he made me laugh. Not like Mama's friends. Mama, she doesn't like Germans unless they've a title to their name. But I like Willie a lot. May I have it? The ring? Thank you. I'll never forget this. Willie's in trouble. Please help him if you can.
Do you have the painting? Get it and bring it to me.
Yes? What can I... Thank you. By the way, Miss Pringle left word that you were to meet her immediately.
Really? I find it the height of drudgery to track you about this ship.
Oh.
Your constant meanderings make it difficult for me to attend my other charges. Miss Pringle insists that you see her immediately in her cabin. You two are thicker than thieves, and larceny is probably what you're up to. Do go see Miss Pringle.
Oh, I will. Bevan.
Quickly, there's not much to... Willie Hadelitz is dead, electrocuted in the Turkish bath. I heard one of the officers talking about. This may not have been an accident. Apparently, someone wants that painting badly enough to kill for it. Do you have it? Smashing. Splendid job. Look here, on the back. It's a plan for Allied troop deployment in France. If Germany ever invaded, they'd have destroyed us.
He's definitely rude.
No wonder Hadelitz was killed. Well, Berlin won't get this now. Leave the painting with the person. He'll keep it with the Rubaiyat. A notebook. Zeitel's previous mission was aiding a band of Russian revolutionaries called Bolsheviks who want to overthrow the Tsar. The Germans would like nothing better than to see chaos in Russia. I'll bet that notebook's got names of Russian radicals. Such a list would be very important to the Okhrana, the Russian secret police. With it, they'd root out the Bolshevik ringleaders and eliminate a threat to the Tsar, which would certainly help the rest of us. If Hadelitz was murdered, you'll need protection. Here, this pen releases a single burst of knockout gas when opened. Find that notebook. It could be vitally important. And give that painting to the purser. Go investigate the situation at the Turkish bath. Move.
Fancy meeting you.
Snooping about the decks again? What fun.
Oh, Henry, snooping. Really? Such dreadful taste.
Reminds me of that chap Burns. That's the photographer who took pictures of the ship.
You should look him up. He's on sea deck. He has such a lovely wife, too.
I say it's late. Must. Goodbye.
Yes, can I help you? A painting, is it? Have you a name? The Burnses, cabin C78.
I've got even more photos. Look at
Eric, who's at the door?
Stephanie. She's still sore. I want to get her a gift, you know, but it's too late.
Eric!
Got anything Stephanie'd like? I'll trade you. These photos for something for Steffi. Nothing? Gee, maybe you should ask the Reverend Trout. She's all...
Eric, come to bed.
Coming, pumpkin. Good night.
What have you heard? Anything? Tell me. You knew him? Look. Don't breathe a word to anyone. This was just a simple accident. Ismay is going to raise hell when he hears. And I thought this would be an easy trip. Be my guest. Mind you, it's not pretty. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Not pretty.
Christ almighty wonder! You has a face ache, ain't you? Roaming the ship, poking your nose into everyone's business. Just who do you take me for now? One of those la-di-da millionaires up top? Jack Hacker keeps his word, honors his promises. When I saw you come in, I says to myself, they'll be wanting to know about him. The foreign gentleman, German I suspect. A rapidly nervous type he was too. Gave me a bob and told me to tell whoever asked to repeat a phrase word for word. You want to hear it now? But still the vine her ancient ruby yields, and still a garden by the water blows. Yeah, that's it. Here, he wrote it down. What's it mean anyway? Some rich man's game you play? You can have it. Just tell Conklin we want the money tonight.
Sorry, my echo just... Okay.
Don't mind if I do. Smoke 'em if you got 'em, I always say. Gave a pack of these to the German kid earlier tonight. He's an odd one.
While we was docked in Queenstown, I saw him on top of one of the smokestacks.
The last one, right at the top. Who knows what he was up to? Looked like he was hiding some crazy crowd kid.
Oh, she's still running rough. You're so clever last time, you cared to have a go again. Right, there's a gauge showing the turbine's power out. The needle's got to move. Cheers, mate.
You have interfered in my affairs for the last time. You are the one who stole the ruby and Sasha's painting. I know you have it. Prepare to die at the hands of Serbia.
This is so much cooler on modern hardware. Alright guys, here we go.
I think that notebook is for me. Please.
I cannot tell. The agents have our secrets.
Thank you for finding it. Willie would have appreciated your effort. Cold, isn't it? I've maintained climate is the crucible of civilization. Culture blooms in the temperate. It is the tropic and Arctic zones which breed barbarism. Russia, for instance. In that notebook are names of anti-Tsarist Russians, revolutionaries living in exile. Germany supports these men. They are called communists. We provide assistance, small courtesies, and, wherever possible, financial encouragement. One of these men is moving to Krakow soon. Charming city, Krakow. We urge Willie to befriend such types in Vienna. He kept a list of such men for us, or so I thought. He was a Russian agent who was going to turn those names over to the Okhrana, the Russian Secret Service.
Dave would kill them. Secretly, of course, but kill them just the same. Think. With the revolutionaries all dead, the Tsar would be secure on his throne.
That should not be allowed. Not when there are wars to be planned for.
Now then, the notebook.
Probably the only time we actually Carlson.
An iceberg. They've run into an iceberg. The idiots! I will be taking that notebook now. What?
You see, my friend, we will all meet the devil. Eventually.
That's a nasty bump. You'll live. But for how long is the question? We've struck an iceberg. The incompetents, the idiots. That was an hour ago. The captain's called women and children to the boat. It's serious. She's sinking by the bow. She's got about an hour left, maybe a little. The Rubaiyat. And a fine time I had getting it back from the purser. It's safer with you. I've the painting. Take it. Here's your necklace from the purser. The Serbian Vlad. He must have the notebook. The notebook lists the names of Russian radicals. The Germans actively encourage Lenin and other revolutionaries. You must recover that notebook. This information is vitally important to our Russian ally. I know you're hurt, but the Titanic's sinking. It's not going to be easy. The lifts have been shut down for good. We must get the evidence off the ship before it goes. So, up we go. Now get cracking.
If you've come to get me to leave, I'm not leaving Willie. I want to stay near him on the ship. We met here in the lounge the first night out. He introduced himself. Willie was so kind. Not like Mama's friends, they just want our money. I'm staying with him. We went for a walk that night on deck. There were so many stars, just like tonight. I told him you can't see the stars in New York. The lights burn too bright. I told him to go to Central Park. I was going to take him to the park to show him the stars. Here, take this shawl. I don't need it. If you get to New York, visit the park. That's where you see stars. That's where I wanted to take Willie. Goodbye.
Oh, that Twitch. I hope this works. Got an ad break on Twitch. Hey, it's like looks like it didn't go on.
Nobody's allowed above this deck. Those are all. Last thing we need's a riot. If you go down there, I can't guarantee you'll come back. It's dangerous down there. I'll try to remember you on the way. Good luck!
Mrs. Conklin, she's stolen my baby. I was to meet Mr. Conklin, but she showed up instead, demanding the letter. I let her hold the baby so I could get my hands free. I let her, and she took him. She told the steward head he was hers. He wouldn't let me follow her to first class. She's leaving with my baby. Take the letter. Find her. See if she'll trade the baby for it. Please, you're our only hope.
Get that baby for Mrs. Conklin. Trade the letter.
Stand back! Ladies and gentlemen, maintain order. Women and children board first.
Prepare to swing out! Lifeboat away, sir!
Sasha. Yes. Sasha cared only for himself, not Serbia, not the Black. This is war. Deserters are shot. Like dogs. Maybe you come for the note, the one the German wanted? Maybe you want this, the English lord's necklace. It is mine, to sell. The money for the Black Hand. Then you will see somewhere, sometime, within a month, in a year, we strike. We will start a fire. A fire that will destroy the Austria oppressors, destroy Europe, and all Serbs will know freedom. I must leave. I must get on a lifeboat. Once again, I must ask for your help. Find a way to let me board a lifeboat unnoticed. Women and children first is the rule. What? How? A disguise? No. I die like a man. You can get me into the first class? To the boats? What can I give you? Never. It is for Serbia. Quickly, what do you take? Take it and give me. Give it to me. If I disguise myself, I can reach the boat. The sea, it's coming in.
Everything. All the stuff we.
You made. Now get up on the boat deck. Last thing we need's a riot. Now get up on the boat deck.
I say, old bean, absolute madhouse, don't you think? People running hither and thither, no organization, no plan of attack.
Henry doesn't
Yes, I did
think
get the
situation
authentic
calls for
necklace.
panic.
Lunatics, all of them, running about like rabbits with a stoat at the hole.
No, he got the
Lapse in
fake
social
one.
order is absolutely shocking.
Boats! Ha! If I were captain...
Such people, they're not dressed for first cabin, like those two immigrants on the second-class stairwell. Really, something should be done. The woman's quite upset.
Sodding for...
I can't possibly get in these boats.
I agree. Packing the women off in such crowded quarters.
Frightfully cramped.
Like tinned mullet.
The Titanic is perfectly safe, isn't it?
I say, I'm in need of a gin.
Not now, Henry, not now. The officer there, he wants me in the boat.
They say the smoking room's still...
Goodness,
I do believe I hear running water. Perhaps we can play a few hands with that Frenchman. Henry, I do think we should stay here with the
But I gotta get the baby
Blast it
for
all,
the
I've been
hackers.
pitch yourself in. I say, old bean, coming with. Suit yourself then. Cheerio.
What do you want? He's mine now.
Thanks
no
for the
one will
follow.
know. He'll have a good life with me instead of that penniless girl. Leave. I'm getting on that boat. The letter. You have it? It can ruin us. Ruin me. I'll trade you. The letter for the child. Hurry! The letter for the child. Here. Take it. Take it. The letter. Yes, let me have it. What a fool! You don't have a seat in the boat.
This deck's closed. No one can go up from this point. There aren't the boats for the steerage passengers. They must
I
stay
did not
below.
know that, Rush.
If you go down there, I can't guarantee you'll come back. It's dangerous down there. Good luck. If I'm still here when you return, I'll let you back up.
I'm gonna give the hacker.
Oh, thank.
Thank
probably...
you. You did the right proper thing, you did. You got me thanks. Go on. Get up top with my sister and the baby. Save.
No, Jack, no. Not without you.
Hush now. Hush. There'll be no luck for men like me. I'll try me luck back here, in the stern. Get moving.
It's best I be going now. Take me to the boats.
Thank you. I'll not forget.
It's first class I'm in. I'll never forget what you done. God protect you.
What do you want? 6 and 8 have gone, but my orders are to wait on numbers 2 and 4 here. I'm not lowering 2 and 4 until the officer comes. Talk to Officer Morrow. Women and children to the front.
Don't push. Keep your hands well inside the boats.
Time's growing short. Try to get the evidence and save yourself. That sailor's threatened to throw me on the next boat. But I can hold my own a little longer. Yes, if it comes to that, but there must be some way to get off this ship. Yes, take the next available boat.
See what I said about Moonless Night? Number 14 and 16 are being filled. Be patient. There are still women waiting. Help the passengers. The last thing we need is a riot. Yes, keep them calm. I'll see what I can do. Keep your wits. I'm counting on people like you to preserve order. Step back. Boats 14 and 16 are next.
The boats are full. There's no more room. No more. When these boats go, that's it. We're trapped. We'll drown. I'm getting on, you understand? They'll throw out somebody else. I've got money. I'll give them thousands. I've got to get on a boat.
Guys,
stand away from the boats. It's women and children. Women and children only. I'll shoot. Come closer and I'll... Women and children first. Stay calm. Number 14 and 16 are being filled. Be patient. Step back.
choice but to try to pick it.
He's dead. He's dead. My family, everything, gone.
You've not found a boat? It seems I shall not see Sunapee either. This is a test of faith, like the blood fluke infestations at the mission. Unspeakable things. The worms fell even the fittest. We prayed then too, after Mazan and the bearers fled into the bush. Though Emily did not escape God's plan, tonight is another test. We shall brave the deluge like Noah and his family. Does anyone know how long the great flood raged? Do you know? Exactly. You are blessed with fortune. Comfort Miss Limehouse. She is in the first-class lounge.
Did you see the Astors, Benji Guggenheim? My dear, how could you have missed them? They were in the gymnasium. Leaving? If you see the Astors, do tell them Daisy wants to go in their boat. It'll be such fun. Don't forget their boat. I only travel with the best. Goodbye.
Boy, tense now.
No one's allowed on the bridge. Captain's orders. Stay with the others. What now? These are the last two boats, 2 and 4. Be patient. There are still women waiting. Keep your wits.
May God protect. Thank you.
What now? These are the last.
Be patient. There are still... Reassure the passengers. If they... Yes, keep them calm. I'll see... Look, return here in a few minutes. There may be room. No promises now. Just come back. Don't forget.
I mean, now I would think.
Stay calm. These are the last two boats, 2 and 4. Be patient. There are still women waiting. Yes, keep them calm. I'll see what... Look, return here in...
Bugging him. Well, yeah, it came out before the big one, but it did come out around the same time as the 96.
These are the last 2 boats, 2 and 4. Be patient. There are still women. Yes, keep them calm. Help the passenger. Look, return here. Hesitant. These are the last 2 boats. Be patient. Yes, keep them. Look.
Oh. Down the boat.
Stay calm. These are the last 2 boats. 2. Be patient. Look. What now? Be patient. Look. What now? These are the last. Be patient. Look. What now? These are... Be patient. Look.
Go in.
What now? Be patient. Reassure. Yes, keep... Look.
Bugging him.
Stay calm. These are the last. Be patient.
Riviera.
I'll never forget what you've done.
What now? Be patient. Look.
Like, yeah, I know it's a matter of time. They can come back in a few minutes. I don't have a few. Last lifeboat leaves less than a minute, I think. So technically through.
What now? These are the last 2. Be patient. Look. What now? Be patient. Look.
Make this one. I have to reload.
What now? These are the last. Be patient. There. Don't make... Yes, keep them calm. I'll see what I can do.
Keep your wits. Stay calm. Stay calm. These are the last two. Be patient. Reassure the passengers if they... Yes, keep them calm. Look, return here in a few minutes.
Whoa.
Stay calm. These are the last two. Be patient. Look, return here in a few minutes. What now? These are the last two boats, 2 and 4. What now? These are the last two boats, 2 and... What now? These are the last two boats. Be patient. Help them. Look.
Wait.
These are the last two boats, 2 and 4.
Tomorrow, let me on one. Okay, this might be where I can get out.
Carlson, you've done your best to help. Quick, we've space for one more. Get in, damn it.
All right.
Now! There's no more time. Get in, you can go. Get in, damn you, it's an order.
Hey, we beat it.
Tell them we did our best. Tell them...
Just saw this.
Vlad left the sinking ship without the Rubaiyat, nor did he have the real Lambeth diamonds. The Black Hand never got its funds, money intended to finance a wave of terrorism across the Balkans. One of the intended targets, the heir to the Austrian throne, Archduke Franz Ferdinand. His murder might have started a war. We were lucky. We got peace instead. As for the painting, it left with me. The plans proved useless. In the month following the sinking, the War Office scrapped the proposed deployments in a cost-cutting measure. But the canvas? As the only artifact saved from the Titanic, the painting became famous. Along with its creator, a rather excitable Austrian named Adolf Hitler, who makes a lucrative career to this day, peddling overpriced alpine vistas to the carriage trade. I left the ship with Willie's notebook. Eventually, it found its way to the Russians. The Tsar's secret police were grateful, and the names Stalin, Lenin, and Trotsky vanished from history. The communist revolution aborted. I didn't really realize it then, but that night 30 years ago was one of history's most crucial. Though the Titanic carried 1,500 to their death, a peaceful world would be their epitaph. Our mission was a success. With no wars or bloody revolutions to derail us, prosperity and progress has flowed into every corner of the globe, bringing humanity a security known only to the privileged few before the Titanic sailed. Today, on April 14th, 1942, I am leaving the service to retire in a world at peace. One can only imagine how different it could have been, would have been, if we had failed.
Now we get some actual pictures. And Olympic. Well, Neil, now you have. How'd you like it? Just switch back over to this. Yeah, how'd y'all like that? Definitely glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. Keep in mind, you can always buy that off of Steam. I think it is not that expensive on Steam. I have no way to check it because I already own it. Tell me you own this, so I can look. Ain't that much. I think it's like $15. So if it's something you guys want to get for yourselves and play, I'm surprised. I didn't think I'd get through the whole game today. I mean, I thought it would take me at least. I didn't think it was going to get through the whole entire thing, so I'm actually pleasantly surprised it did. See if I can find out for you. Oh, I'm sorry. It's even cheaper. It's $6. $6 US for that game. Yeah, so even more worth it. Yeah, I mean that's a lot of it's a lot of a fun game, but hey, you know what? You can definitely like I said, if you got Steam, it's only $6 on that. $6 US. I don't know what the exchange rate is where you guys are at, but if you want to get it, not that expensive anymore, and getting it on Steam, it makes it easy to play on modern hardware. Discs to install, no virtual things to mess with, none of that. Well, yeah, I mean, Neil, that's what it was back in the day. You needed notebooks for some of these games. I mean, how many of us had, like, notebooks filled with passwords for Mega Man and, you know, all sorts of cheat codes and stuff? I think I still have books, papers, just printing with cheats and everything. So, yeah. You had to have a lot of stuff for those games back in the day. Yeah, I mean, we got through the entire game, which was quite interesting to do. I can't believe it. So, hopefully y'all like that. And I will be doing some more model stuff. I do have a small problem to do with my Enterprise model, so I have to fix that before I can getting the footage for all the other builds I've been doing, including the Titanic one. But rest assured, those videos are coming. They are going to be worked on heavily over the next week or two. And I should be able to get at least 3 videos out relatively quick. So if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you smash that subscribe button so you can catch all that stuff. The Titanic model is really coming along. Apparently, people are getting through stage. Yeah, Jenny, if you have a Steam account, or go on Steam, get it there. Let me see if there's any other places you can get it other than. But yeah, if you go on Steam, you can get it for $6. Well, yeah, Neil, I've got all the way up through pack 15 done on my channel, but I'm doing a modified build as well. So I also put in some stuff on modification for the model and stuff. I have pack 16, but I haven't started. I've just started, you know, the prep work on it. So Jenny, you can also get it on GOG.com, and it's still $6 there too. So yeah, so either Steam or GOG you can get it on. Get it for not that much. So I mean, definitely worth the $6 you spend on it. Either way you get it. I hope you guys all like that, and I appreciate you guys all hanging out with me, spending some time with me today on Titanic Day. It actually ended up pretty good, so I'm glad we had some time to chill, have some fun. Got through the entire game, which is a plus. I didn't think would actually happen. I thought it was going to take a while to get through this. I don't usually go that quickly. Not only did I beat it, we got the best ending, so that was good. Yeah, so like I said, make sure you subscribe to the channel and just don't miss any of the fun content. We got model build videos. I've got a new model that I'm fingers crossing will be coming out soon. There's talk of it coming on May 4th, so hopefully if all goes like it should be, I think you guys will definitely be liking what I do with that as well. Check out my Titanic build videos. It's Dora Models Titanic, or the Hachette Partworks if you're over in the UK. And again, I'm modifying it, so lots of stuff getting added to it and done to it, so it's a lot of fun and a lot of good stuff. So, but beyond that, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you all. I appreciate everyone sticking around. Hopefully we can catch you guys sometime soon coming up. I appreciate everything. So, have a good night. If you're like me, you're going to definitely watch one of the many YouTube videos of people watching the Titanic sinking in real time, which is always a fun activity to do. So, take care, and I will catch you guys next time on either Model Frontier or right here on Now That's What I Call Gaming Live. Take care.